What do Russian citizens think and say in private when no one is meant to be listening? Well, the Kremlin wants to know the answer to that and is impinging on online privacy. Oksana Borisova from St. Petersburg found out just what that means. She reposted a call for a demonstration to some online friends. The protest was to take place several thousand kilometers away from Petersburg in southern Russia. Her message, though, was read by Russian intelligence. Oksana was arrested and detained for a day. She was accused of inciting illegal protests.
There were 6 police officers. They were dressed in civilian clothes. They showed me some sort of papers and said I had to go down to the station with them. I asked why. They said it was an order from above, and if I didn't accompany them, they would handcuff me.
Russia has a long history of spying on its citizens. Internet expert Irina Borogan showed us several locations where, according to her research, Russian intelligence offices have been operating for years. This quaint red brick building in a Moscow suburb was where the Soviet system of tapping telephones was first developed in the 1950s. And this rather nondescript apartment building is where all of Russia's internet data is controlled. The laws that allow all of this spying are drawn up in this building, the former Telegraph Office. Now it is the Ministry for Intelligence. And the hub of all that spying is based in the central office of the Federal Security Service, known by its Russian acronym FSB.
There's an authoritarian regime in Russia. The government is afraid that dissatisfied people could take to the streets and demand their rights. That's why the government has been considering how to control, censor and block information on the internet since 2011. What really upsets me is that people are put in prison just for expressing their opinion nowadays.
The most recent law is currently being discussed by the Russian parliament, the Duma. It plans to forbid all anonymous communication via instant messaging. No more anonymous chats, officially for security reasons.
Illegal information is often spread like this. Child pornography, for example, or drug dealing. The state cannot fall behind in the information technology race. It has to use its power and influence to curb the illegal flow of information.
However, there are fears that expression of free speech will be limited in the name of fighting crime. At the moment, young people can arrange to attend a protest via instant messaging, as was the case in Moscow recently. But those days may be numbered. Things are just going to get worse. We're going to see a lot more arrests and more political prisoners in Russia, unfortunately. The internet was meant to be a vehicle of freedom, of liberation. In Russia, it looks like it could soon be used for absolute surveillance.